Hello, my name's Jason.
Hello, Jason. And I'm Steve.
There you go. And this is our new channel. This is our first broadcast on our new channel. And we're excited to do it, aren't we?
Absolutely. And what could possibly go wrong with my technical knowledge?
Absolutely. We've got the sound working, so that's one good thing. And I'm hanging a little bit today, so I'm not feeling my best. I had not one but two parties yesterday, so yeah, far too many beers. So
had all the parties.
Yes,
all the parties.
I had your party. I had your party as well because I know you're at work. So
yeah, you clearly did.
Yeah, I had all the fun. So yes, brand new channel. We've got no subscribers. We've got no viewers. We've
got no friends.
YouTube virgins, absolutely. So hopefully someone's going to come along and be our first viewer. Somebody watching it right now will be our first viewer and pop our YouTube cherry.
Does family count, Jay? Can we pay people?
I think we might have to. I think we might have to pay people to do this. Yes, we could be sitting here like tumbleweeds, waiting for or getting some thumbs down. We might be getting some thumbs down instead of some thumbs up. But anyway, we will see what happens. So we're here to talk about sort of current affairs, if you like, things that's going on in the news with our usual adolescent spin of humour on how we see the world. So we're going to start with the American gun laws. Obviously, last week, huge tragedy in America. Someone went into a school, killed teachers and children, and it's a little bit of a travesty. And the world's kind of wanting America to do something regarding their gun laws. Now, obviously, we're in England, and we've got to give a bit of context to this. If we do have American viewers, which I hope at some point we will, who will watch this, they're going to think, what do those English blokes know about guns? We don't know nothing, do we, really?
Well,
it's a whole different criteria.
The reality is, I mean, yes, we do have tragedies in this country, yes. But the sad reality, Jay, is that's not the first time that's happened over there in America. No. In not that long distant past, really, very similar thing. And surely the gun lobby has got to wake up and realise what's going on. You're dead right. We can only compare it with our country, can't we?
Yes.
But well, I certainly couldn't just go out and buy a gun, and
no.
Most people I know couldn't just go out and buy a gun.
No.
So that enables us, I feel, to be able to walk around with an element of confidence that
yes.
not everybody's packing a pistol, and so there's a pretty good chance we can go to Sainsbury's and not get killed,
not get shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
But I think you've got to put some context for people who are in America who don't know how we work over here. Okay, so our police don't carry guns on the most part. Our police will carry a nightstick, which is like, you know what one of those is, don't you? The nightstick. It's like a long telescopic baton. It used to be a truncheon. Well, it used to be an actual physical truncheon made out of lignum vitae, which is like the hardest. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. It's a very hard, dense wood. It's very heavy, and that's the wood they make it out of. So when it hits, I mean, when I was a school woodwork teacher, he was comparing all the woods, and we had lignum vitae, and we had like balsa wood and all the different woods, and it was comparing like the density and the weights of them all. It's a very, very hard, dense wood, really, really hard. And they used to have that on a little like leather strap, didn't they, around the wrist? And it was about the size of
You obviously went to a far better school than I did. We didn't get any of that sort of malarkey.
What, woodwork?
Well, we did get woodwork, but it was literally go and knock up a coffee table out of there's 3 old bits of wood and go and make something. You were left to your own devices. It was just an excuse to go for a bag. To be fair,
the woodwork teacher was obviously passionate about his woodworking, so he kind of came in and brought us all these sort of things to see. But we're digressing now, as we do. So police will have a pepper spray, handcuffs, a nightstick, and a few of them have a taser, don't they? Not all of them, a few of them do. And a few of them, and then we have the armed response unit, which is not very many of those, are there?
They're completely over the top when they do arrive, don't they?
Well, absolutely. They've got to roll over the bonnet. They've got to roll over the bonnet, look like Starsky and Hutch, haven't they?
The rumor is someone next door's been caught with a spliff. Quick, send in the response team, bash the door down.
Absolutely.
Kick Granny to the floor. Whoever's and I think they actually wait until whoever it is actually sat on the toilet so they can do it for dramatic effect as they kick the door in.
Absolutely, desperately, yeah. So we don't have the problems with guns here. So in the UK, between 2019 and 2020, we had 30 gun-related deaths in our country.
Wow.
In the same period, America had 37,000.
You can put that into context, I suppose. I mean, it's obviously a much bigger country with sort of like 10 times the population of the UK. But even if you times ours by 10, it's still a long way away, isn't it? Statistically.
Well, per 100,000 people, they have 12 guns per 100,000 people, I believe. That includes men, women, and children. Whereas we have 0.23. So that's the kind of ratio of guns, and I actually thought it'd be more than that. But
I thought it would.
Yeah. But I think with America, you get certain people that will have like 30, and then you get certain people that will have 1. And I think there's your problem with trying to ban it, is that those that kind of want to keep it are those ones that want 30, they have 30 guns. You know what I mean? And if they did ban them, what would happen is all the law-abiding citizens would have to give theirs up, but of course the criminal element wouldn't. So then you'd end up with a bigger problem than you got, I think.
I think the reality is as well, over in America, they have a lot of sway, don't they? The gun lobby.
Oh, yes, just in politics, aren't they? They put a lot of money into politics, don't they?
Exactly. So sadly, like the rest of the blooming world at the moment, everything is so corrupt.
Yes.
And whilst there's sort of money being poured into whoever's in charge at that one moment in time, they're going to keep backing them. Of course they are. And their advisors will tell them to keep backing them as well.
But the other thing in America, I mean, I remember going on holiday one year and meeting a guy, Mason, his name was, and I think he was from Wyoming, I think. And he met some other people from Wyoming. Oh yeah, we're from Wyoming. All right, okay. First question he asked: where do you hunt? That was the first
way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in England we'd say, what football team do you support or something, wouldn't we? But but the first question was where. Oh, he's from saying where do you hunt? And obviously hunting is a big cultural thing in America. So if you're going to hunt, then they need that's a reason to have a gun, isn't it? I mean, that's a good enough, if you are a hunter, that's a good enough reason to have a gun. However, if you're not, you just want one, because people can carry them as well. In certain states, you can actually wear them like on a holster and walk down the street in them, which is mental. Absolutely mental.
Like it's an accessory piece.
Absolutely.
No, I think it's disgraceful. I honestly do think it's dreadful. I mean, that's my personal view on it.
Yeah.
And I don't think. I mean, why on earth would anybody want to hurt? Just my view, Jay. Why would you want to hurt another creature, let alone another human being?
Yeah.
So even the hunting side of it, I genuinely don't get. Yes, nothing to eat.
Yeah. Now I haven't got a problem with hunting if people are hunting to eat. I don't agree with the trophy hunting and all the kind of sticking the thing on the wall and all that kind of stuff. But actually, in a lot of ways, if you're hunting the food that you eat, is far more humane than what we do is buy food out of a supermarket. That's been held in captivity its whole life. And I think if you're hunting to eat, I think I'm actually, at least that animal's had a chance at a life, and it's part of nature.
Getting away as well.
Yes, that's it. And it's part of nature. So I do get the hunting thing. I do.
No, so I'm not up for it. So the people that can afford to go hunting can afford to go and buy however, I've no idea how many dollars a double-barrel shotgun's going to cost over there. But over here, a half decent gun, what you're looking at between 500 and 1,000 quid probably for something that's kind of okay. So that's going to buy you an awful lot of meat at the supermarket, isn't it? So when I say shoot, to eat, or hunt to eat. I'm talking about a time where you can't go and buy anything, you can't do anything. I get it then. I don't know.
Yeah, some people live I don't know. I mean, we live in a small country where Sainsbury's, the local supermarket's 10 minutes away from everybody. Whereas obviously it's a lot more rural in some of the places. So it's not just a case of driving down to the supermarket in 10 minutes and getting what you want for your tea.
They've driven for an hour and a half into the countryside off Highway Interstate 37 to be able to get into the country. And they've stopped at the store, pick up a 15 crate Budweiser or something, I don't know.
Absolutely.
And then pick up their mates.
Well, the thing is, if they're having the beers to take with them, they've got more chance of missing, haven't they? So the animals actually got a bit. So I think actually they have to sell the beers with the guns. I think it comes as like, do you want guns? Do you want bullets? Do you want beers? And I think the whole point of that is it's a sales ploy to make them buy more bullets, because they're more than miss, the more bullets they're going to use, you see. So
I can see where this is going.
If you ply them with bullets and beers, they miss, they fire more bullets. Then the next time they have to go buy more bullets. It's a sales tactic, see. No one's tweeted onto that. It's just come to me now. This is
it makes the world of sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
It does make the world of sense.
Some bullets and some guns.
Well, there we are. Say no more. So basically, what we're saying is, the more Budweiser that are sold, the more bullets that are sold,
they're going to use.
The safer the bears are going to be, or whatever's going to be.
And better for the gun shop because they're selling more bullets.
I love it.
No brainer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a gun shop.
I think we've solved that one, Jay. I think we've solved that. So the bottom line is, let's get some more gun shops going, and we need to own the franchise of them.
Well, there's a few more things going. There's a few more things I've got on this. So I watched a video a while ago where they got a 13-year-old boy, okay, and he went out to the shops and he went to buy a lottery ticket, and he couldn't because he wasn't old enough.
Right.
So then they sent him to buy some cigarettes, and he couldn't because he wasn't old enough. They tempted to buy some pornographic magazines. Wouldn't sell them to him. Not old enough.
You'd had them all. You'd bought them all, obviously.
Then he went to get some alcohol. Wouldn't sell it because he wasn't old enough. Went to buy a gun. Yes, sir. How many bullets would you like? Oh, by the way, here's a 6-pack. You get that free. You're not technically purchasing it, so you can have your beers. That might, yeah. You're not buying the beer. You're not selling it. So that's a great way of giving alcohol to underage kids.
So he came out of the store, chucked the gun in the bin, and took his beer home.
Fabulous. Fabulous idea. So, did you know, I'm sure you probably know this, so what is illegal in America is Kinder Surprise eggs. Did you know that?
I genuinely didn't know that. No.
Kinder Surprise eggs are illegal in the whole of America because they're too dangerous.
Oh, how? How are they too dangerous?
Choking hazard.
Oh, the little bits inside, not the actual chocolate.
The little toys inside. 10 fatalities worldwide in total. Now, that's 10 too many, of course. It's awful that happens. But 10 fatalities worldwide, and they're banned completely. Too dangerous.
I think I know how to solve Kinder's issue with this. If they manufactured tiny little guns to put inside the eggs.
Sorted. That would be it, mate. That would be it, yes. And they'll be legal tomorrow. Everybody wants one.
Yeah,
start your 4-year-old right. Give them a Kinder egg.
Absolutely, and of course, because they're only young, we've got to be a bit responsible here, Jay. Let's be honest. We're talking about kids. Yes. Rather than giving them a full 330 milliliter bottle of Bud, then we have to do little shrink down beers as well to get them into it gradually.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, like probably like the size of those little bottles, those little cans of Coke that you get on the aeroplane. Well, a lot of little Budweiser there. For the 5 pluses. That's what you need. 3 pluses, isn't it? Yeah.
I love it.
We've solved the problem. Now, the other thing that's illegal in America now, and especially Texas. Now, Texas is one of the states. Alabama, completely illegal. Texas is a little bit more lenient. You're only allowed a maximum of 6. And this is true. I knew it already, but I did a little bit of research yesterday. It's legal. You cannot own more than 6 dildos in Texas.
Why would you even look that up? Do you know what worries me? I knew this anyway. How would you know that?
Oh, you know what I'm like? I'm just one of those brains that just like stupid facts. And if I tag onto something, I have to Google it and find out if it's true. So
And
yes.
how would they police it? How would they police that? It's a filth. Quick, hide the dildos.
But if it's more than 6, you technically could be a distributor. You know, like with the drugs, if you have more than so many ounces or whatever, you can be arrested differently. Because this is why 6 is the norm. It's not just dildos. It's any form of sex toy is illegal, and if you have more than 6. In Alabama, it's completely illegal. So there's no sex shops in Texas. You can't go and buy them in Texas, but you can own them as long as you don't own more than 6.
I thought everything was bigger in Texas. So I always envisioned you could go and get a huge, great big thing.
Those double enders, they're obviously quite lethal. You know, if you pulled it out a little bit too quick, you could slap someone on the head and cuss them. You see, that's probably why they're illegal, because they're actually.
I don't think I've ever told you this story. I don't think I've ever told you this story, Jay. But
telling the world. You're telling the world, or our 0 subscribers, so just bear that in mind.
Well, you need to know this. You do need to know this because it's very interesting. We're talking about this. I won't mention any names, but my mother-in-law, when she became widowed, after a little while, as you know, my wife has many sisters and a couple of brothers and bits and pieces, and they were all getting a little bit concerned about it. She was getting more and more miserable and everything else. And the general goes, "This is women, isn't it? Women are a lot more liberal about this kind of stuff." And the general, they do. The general consensus was that what she needed to get rid of all this frustration was a dildo, basically. So it fell to me, and I don't know how it fell to me, to take her and purchase one. So I've never been in a sex shop before, Jay. I've got to tell you before this one. Anyway, we went into this show. The first thing that struck me that there was 2 front doors. I found that very, very weird. So anyway, opened the front door, went in there, and there was another front door. That was a bit bizarre. Anyway, went in there. And there was all sorts of CDs and video, well, back then, videos and bits and pieces and stuff like that. And all on one wall, literally on one wall, as if it was proudly displaying car accessories or something, was this huge array of ladies' enjoyment material. So anyway, I'm walking around. I'm finding this incredibly embarrassing, as I'm sure you can imagine. So there was nobody else in the shop apart from the gentleman who obviously ran it. So I left her to it and went over and had a chat with this bloke, and we were talking about various different bits and pieces. And anyway, after about 20 minutes, so I went over and said, have you made your decision yet? And she said, well, I think so. I think so. So she came back and she stood with me and the guy. And she said, I think I'd like the red one. I think I said, I don't have a red one. She said, yes, you do. She said, it's the red one hanging on the wall. So he said, well, you better come and show me. So she took him and show, and he went, that's the fire extinguisher.
Oh, I was hoping for a true story. I was hoping. Oh God, you are very liberal, taking your mother-in-law to go and purchase something like that. Oh my word! Have you seen the Dom Jolly? Trigger Happy TV with the sex shop. Have you ever seen that?
Oh no, I don't think I've seen him in there.
So basically, they film in London. They've got the sex shop, and somebody goes in, and what they do is they get the big banner saying "millionth sex shop customer," and they get the band. There's a band and everything, and so this bloke comes out with his like plain paper, bag with his magazines in, and all of a sudden the band's there and everything. And it's so funny. I mean, you can imagine how embarrassing the poor fella is. So yeah, Google that Trigger Happy TV sex shop. It's so funny. I will put a link in the somewhere when I've worked it all out. We'll put a link there. We'll find it. Yeah. So so that's it. So that's all my. No, I've got nothing else to come out of the fact closet. That's all my facts and figures that I know.
Again, Jay, between us, here we are solving the problems of America one by one.
Yes.
How about a gun that looks like a dildo?
In fact, there's another interesting, there's an anti-group called in fact, actually, I think this is where I got this from initially. There's a group in America that's anti-gun group called Cocks Not Glocks, because they're saying you should be allowed to have a dildo and not. So maybe, you know, yeah, you know, you could go hunting with a bit of heavyweight. You know what I mean? Just like clubbing seals, just get it and club the animals to death with the dildos.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Yes. So,
and it's a multitasking tool, isn't it? Like one of those pen knives that does lots of things.
So yeah. So we're gonna ban guns. We're gonna introduce dildos for everybody.
Yeah.
And obviously Kinder toys with toy guns in. Toy guns are okay.
Absolutely.
Free beer. For the toddlers.
Yeah, and Budweiser need to be sponsoring us at this point, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we can get some money out of that. Absolutely, mate. Well done. Good job. If you're liking it so far, by the way, you can hit the like button and you can subscribe, because that's what we need. We need people to subscribe and like us, don't we? Because we haven't got any friends.
I think my mother-in-law's out of the equation now.
Yeah,
I was going to ring her.
I wouldn't tell her about this because she's going to watch this. The problem is if she starts with this story and your story and turns off halfway through without hearing the whole of it, she's not going to know. She's going to think you're actually spreading rumors about her. So I wonder if we've had any viewers yet. We might, at this point now, you might be our first viewer. Did you feel like you had your cherry popped? Did you feel anything?
I did, but I think that's because I sat on a coat hanger.
I was going to say it could have just been wind. Probably stomach grumbling. Maybe we've had a cherry popped. Maybe someone's watching.
You should have wind, mate, with all the blooming beer and food that you ate.
Absolutely. Oh, I'll tell you what, yeah. Dreadful. First one done and dusted.
Happy days.
If we have a viewer, if we have one viewer, if you like and subscribe, we'll be forever grateful. The check will be in the post. And thank you very much for watching.
And we'll see you next week.
And we'll hopefully see you next week. We're going to do another one next week. So we are going to be signing off around about now. Goodbye.